Let's do a little spiritual workout warm-up. We're going to have a workout tonight. We might as well warm up. I tend to close my eyes. I invite you to do the same if that's comfortable or whatever feels good to you. So let's just focus on taking and receiving, actually, as we like to say. Receiving a nice deep breath just to sort of just taking a moment to orient ourselves to where we are now and what we're doing. And there's so many things to consider just with that idea of receiving a breath. From whom or from what does that breath come? What is it actually in terms of energy that animates us? So it lives within us, but that energy also is energy in which we live and which connects us all to one another. So even just in that, the idea of mind and body being connected, getting in touch with the body a little bit, bringing us into the present moment a little bit. So be present, mind and body are connected, everything is energy. The spiritual part, which is the name we might give to that energy. And then the idea that we're in spiritual workout, which is all about acknowledging A, that we have a soul, and then B, looking at the issues and challenges and circumstances of our lives that are less than stellar, less than perfect, less than the way we really want them to be, and utilizing the 15 concepts that make up the practice to take and maintain the perspective of the being part of the human beings we are. That's what this workout, this session, is all about. Now, one way that I like to think about what we're doing is to recognize that we are in transition of an old consciousness that's dying away, that we might refer to, I often call it the old consciousness, or sometimes we can call it 3D consciousness, which is just operating on a daily basis on a 3D level, on an earthly plane level, kind of human to human. And yet what we strive for and what we actually do here in spiritual workout world is to shift into the new consciousness, to shift into 5D consciousness, the consciousness of the fifth dimension, if you will. If Earth lives and is the third dimension, what we're talking about doing is bringing a higher consciousness to this plane. And we are in the early stages of transitioning from one consciousness to another. So we here in spiritual workout world decide that we're going to take the perspective of the being part of the human beings we are. We're not going to just only look at and deal with life from a 3D perspective. We're going to bring literally a higher consciousness, which again, lots of different names for it, but it's the place where we don't have judgment. It's the place where love and joy and peace reside all the time as a matter of course. We live in transition where we have ideas about what those are, but we also know about war and poverty and homelessness and disease and all the things that we say we don't like. What I love about being in the place where we are right now is that in spiritual workout, we just learn and we see so clearly that anything in our lives that is unwanted, unenjoyable, something that's chronic or painful that we want to change, we see when we deign to take responsibility that we're not to blame, There's no need for shame or guilt, but that we do, in fact, quote unquote, create our own realities. In 3D, we've done most of that creating, if not all of it, unconsciously without really knowing what we were doing or the rules of the game. And so as we move into 5D consciousness, what I think is so exciting and what I think ultimately guarantees that we will create for ourselves heaven on earth, as we might say, life as human beings without any of the disease, the war, the homelessness, the poverty, and again, all those things we say we don't like. That's going to happen as soon as we realize that we create whatever it is that we are experiencing. So, again, it's not about shame or blame or guilt or anything. It's just about learning how it works, the rules of the game. And as soon as we know that we create it all, I promise you, I have utter faith anyway, that we will stop creating the things that we don't like in our culture. And it starts with each of us individually. And that's one of the things that this class is all about. So let's receive together a nice cleansing, deep, deep breath. Hold it for a moment. Let go of anything that doesn't fit. Hold on to anything that does. Open your eyes, come on back whenever you're ready, and we'll begin.